Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. Whether you've been following the Detroit Lions since the Barry Sanders days, or you're just now hopping on this wild ride under Dan Campbell, today's video is one you absolutely don't want to miss. Because something's brewing in Detroit. And while most fans have been focused on the new draft picks, the rookies, the training camp battles that are right around the corner, there's one storyline that's quietly flying under the radar, but could end up shaping the very identity of this defense in 2025. Let's just say, not everyone who's gone is truly gone. And if you've been watching the free agency market closely, you may have already started connecting the dots. Is a reunion coming? Could one of the most disruptive edge rushers in the NFL be on the verge of a return to Detroit? Let's talk about Zidarius Smith. Let's talk about what might be happening behind the scenes. And let's talk about why the Lions may not be done building this defense just yet. Now, before we jump headfirst into the speculation, let's set the table. Aiden Hutchinson is the face of the Lions' pass rush. That's not even up for debate. He's young. He's relentless. He's a leader. And in just 2 seasons, he's already become the kind of player offensive coordinators game plan around. But beyond Hutchinson, things get murky. Marcus Davenport is projected to start opposite Hutch. And listen, Davenport is talented. When healthy, he can be explosive. But that's the catch when healthy. He's missed 19 games over the past 3 seasons. That's not a fluke. That's a trend. And yes, the Lions drafted Ahmed Hassanein in the 6th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, a high-upside project with great bend and motor. But again, we're talking about a 6th rounder. He's not expected to start. At least not yet. Which brings us to a very real question. Are the Detroit Lions really content with their edge rotation going into training camp? Or is there more going on than meets the eye? Let's go back a few months. When the Lions found themselves in need of a veteran pass rusher late last season, who did they turn to? Zidarius Smith. They acquired him from Cleveland as a deadline move to boost the pass rush after Hutchinson picked up a knock. And to his credit, Smith stepped in and delivered. He recorded 40 pressures and 4 sacks in limited games with Detroit. But beyond the stats, it was clear this guy fit. He brought intensity. He brought experience. He brought leadership. He brought that edge, pun intended, that every defense needs in crunch time. So why isn't he on a roster right now? Simple. Money. The Lions released Smith before the start of free agency, with general manager Brad Holmes stating that the price tag was just too steep to justify. But Holmes also said something else, something that's been lingering ever since. The door is open to a reunion. And now, that door may be slowly swinging back open. Let's think this through. Zidarius Smith is still a free agent. No reports of visits. No rumors of negotiations. No cryptic Instagram post from his agent. Just silence. That's unusual for a guy who's had at least 4 sacks in every healthy season he's played since 2018. So why the silence? One possibility, he's waiting. Could Smith be waiting for the right situation to open up? One with playoff potential, a defensive scheme he already knows, and a locker room where he's respected? Detroit checks all those boxes. And let's not forget the most underrated element of all, comfort. Smith already knows the coaching staff. He's played under Aaron Glenn. He's lined up next to Hutchinson. He knows the culture. He knows the expectations. So if he's going to sign a short-term, prove-it deal with any team, why not Detroit? Here's where it gets even more intriguing. June 1st is a key date in the NFL offseason. That's when contracts from released players no longer count fully against the cap in the same way. It opens up flexibility. And guess who has a decent amount of cap room heading into the summer? Yep, Detroit. So could the Lions be planning a strategic move post-June 1st? Waiting until after the rookies and young guys get early reps in minicamp to reassess needs and drop a veteran into the mix with fresh legs? It wouldn't be the first time Brad Holmes played the long game. This front office has earned a reputation for patience. They don't rush. They don't panic. They let the market come to them. And with Smith still unsigned, they might be doing just that. Now let's talk fit. Zidarius Smith is not just a situational pass rusher. He's a versatile, scheme-adaptable edge presence who can play standing up, with his hand in the dirt, on the left or right, inside or out. He's seen it all. He's done it all. And on a team like Detroit, where the identity is grit, toughness, and accountability, Smith is the type of player who sets a tone for younger guys. He's the kind of player that makes a second-year player like Brian Branch raise his game. He's the kind of guy who takes a film room from focused to locked in. Is it possible the Lions view Smith not just as a pass rusher, but as a culture piece? Because if you're trying to make a deep playoff run, every championship team has that guy, the one who's been there, done that, and won't let anyone take a day off. And fans? Oh, they haven't forgotten. Lions Twitter has been relentless in asking, when is Zidarius coming back? Some of the most liked fan tweets in the past few weeks have been clips of Smith's pressures from last season, followed by one line, run it back. Even beat reporters are speculating. One veteran writer from the Detroit Free Press noted, it wouldn't surprise me if the Lions brought Smith back in late June or July. There's a mutual respect there. There's no drama. No burnt bridges. Just business. And if the price is right, the fit is obvious. So let's play this out. Imagine it's mid-June. The Lions have gone through OTAs. Ahmed Hassanein looks promising, but raw. Davenport tweaks a hamstring. Nothing serious, but enough to raise eyebrows. And then, oh, boom. News breaks. Zidarius Smith re-signs with Detroit Lions on one-year deal. Social media explodes. Analysts start updating defensive rankings. Suddenly, the Lions go from promising young defense to loaded front seven. Could this be how it unfolds? Could Brad Holmes be setting up the quietest splash signing of the summer? But what do you think? Should the Lions bring back Zidarius Smith before training camp? Is he the final piece to unlock a dominant pass rush next to Hutchinson? Or should the team stay the course with Davenport, Hassanein, and the current group? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one, and I can't wait to see what you have to say. As for me, I think this just makes too much sense. There's a reason Zidarius Smith still hasn't signed anywhere. There's a reason Brad Holmes left the door open. And there's a reason this move would send a message to the rest of the NFC. The Lions aren't just here to compete, they're here to win it all. Let's bring him back. Let's finish what we started. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Lions News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. We've got more deep dives, insider rumors, and bold predictions coming your way as the offseason heats up. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Lions!